In the crowded hallways of a Chicago high school, a moment of cruelty turned into a display of extraordinary courage when a group of bullies targeted 16-year-old Nia Carter, grabbing her collar in a public taunt. What Nia did next, not with fists or fury, but with a response rooted in resilience and intellect, left her peers, teachers, and even the bullies themselves stunned, sparking a movement that would transform her school and inspire thousands beyond its walls. Nia Carter was a junior at Westview High School, a large public school in Chicago's South Side, known for its diverse student body and occasional tensions. A straight-A student with a passion for debate and poetry, Nia was also a member of the school's track team and a volunteer at a local community center. Her family, rooted in the neighborhood for 3 generations, had instilled in her a sense of pride in her Black identity and a commitment to standing up for herself without resorting to violence. At 16, Nia was confident but reserved, often navigating the social cliques of high school with quiet determination. Her braided hair, bright smile, and knack for articulate speech made her a standout, but also a target for those who resented her success. On a crisp October afternoon in 2024, Nia was walking to her locker after 5th period, her backpack slung over one shoulder, when she was confronted by a group of 4 students led by Kayla Simmons, a senior with a reputation for picking fights. Kayla, 18, had clashed with Nia before, mostly over petty jealousies. Nia's debate team had beaten Kayla's school in a regional competition, and Nia's academic awards were often highlighted in school assemblies. With Kayla were 3 others: Marcus, a junior who followed her lead, Tasha, a sophomore who filmed everything on her phone, and Devin, a senior who rarely spoke but added muscle to the group. Their target was clear as they cornered Nia near the science wing, where the hallway was packed with students rushing to their next class. Kayla stepped forward, her voice loud enough to draw attention. "You think you're better than everybody, don't you?" she sneered, referring to Nia's recent acceptance into a prestigious summer program at Northwestern University. Nia, sensing the crowd forming, kept her tone calm. "I'm just trying to get to my locker, Kayla," she said, stepping to the side. But Kayla wasn't done. She grabbed Nia's collar, yanking her forward, causing Nia's backpack to slip to the floor. "Say it again, Miss Perfect," Kayla taunted, her grip tightening. Marcus and Devin laughed, while Tasha held up her phone, recording the confrontation. The hallway grew quieter as students stopped to watch, some whispering, others pulling out their phones. Nia's heart raced, but her face remained composed. She had faced bullying before, snide comments about her grades, her clothes, her skin, but this was different. The physical aggression, the public humiliation, and the sea of eyes waiting for her reaction felt suffocating. Yet Nia knew that fighting back with fists would only escalate things, landing her in trouble and proving Kayla right. Instead, she drew on something deeper: the lessons from her debate coach about disarming opponents with words, and the stories her grandmother told her about dignity in the face of hate. Nia locked eyes with Kayla and spoke, her voice steady but firm. "You're angry and I get it," she said. "But grabbing me doesn't make you stronger. It just shows everyone here how scared you are of someone who's not even fighting you." The words hung in the air, cutting through the tension. Kayla's grip loosened slightly, her expression shifting from smug to uncertain. Nia continued, addressing the crowd as much as her bullies. "I'm not here to be better than anyone. I'm here to be me. If that bothers you, that's your problem, not mine." The hallway was silent. Kayla, caught off guard, scoffed but didn't respond. Marcus muttered something under his breath, but Devin stepped back, his bravado fading. Tasha's phone was still recording, capturing every word. Nia bent down, picked up her backpack, and walked away, her head high. The crowd parted, some students nodding in respect, others whispering in awe. Kayla stood frozen, her attempt to humiliate Nia backfiring in front of dozens of witnesses. By the end of the day, Tasha's video had spread across the school's group chats and onto social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok. The clip, titled "Girl Shuts Down Bullies Without a Punch," showed Nia's calm defiance and Kayla's faltering response. It garnered thousands of views within hours, with comments praising Nia's composure and criticizing the bullies' actions. Teachers, unaware of the incident until the video surfaced, called an emergency staff meeting that evening, while students debated the confrontation in classrooms and cafeterias. Nia, meanwhile, went home and told her parents, Aisha and Jamal Carter, what had happened. Aisha, a nurse, and Jamal, a city bus driver, were proud but worried. They had taught Nia to stand up for herself, but they knew the risks of being a black girl in a school where tensions could escalate quickly. They contacted the principal, Dr. Evelyn Harris, demanding action. Dr. Harris, a veteran educator who had been at Westview for a decade, assured them that the school was investigating and that Nia would be protected. The next morning, Dr. Harris summoned Kayla, Marcus, Tasha, and Devin to her office. The school's zero-tolerance policy on physical aggression meant immediate consequences. Kayla and Marcus received a 1-week suspension, while Devin, who hadn't touched Nia but was complicit, got 3 days. Tasha, for recording and sharing the video, was given detention and a warning about cyberbullying. Dr. Harris also reached out to Nia, apologizing for the incident and offering counseling. Nia declined the counseling but asked for a chance to address the school about bullying, an idea Dr. Harris supported. That Friday, Westview held an assembly in the gymnasium, attended by all 1,200 students and staff. Nia, with her debate coach Ms. Thompson by her side, took the microphone. She didn't mention the incident directly, but spoke about the toll of bullying and the power of choosing respect over hate. Words can hurt, but they can also heal, she said. We all have a choice in how we use them. She shared her own experiences, from being mocked for her grades to being targeted for her race, and urged her peers to stand up for each other. It's not about being perfect, she said. It's about being human. The assembly ended with a standing ovation, led by students who had watched the video or witnessed the incident. Even some of Kayla's friends clapped, moved by Nia's sincerity. Dr. Harris announced the launch of a peer-led anti-bullying program, with Nia as its first student ambassador. The program, called Unity in Action, would train students to mediate conflicts and promote inclusivity, with monthly workshops and a reporting system for bullying incidents. Over the next few weeks, Nia's actions sparked a shift at Westview. The video, now with over 500,000 views, drew attention from local news outlets, who interviewed Nia and her family about her response to the bullies. Community leaders, including Chicago's mayor, praised her as a role model, and she was invited to speak at a citywide youth summit on violence prevention. Nia's debate team saw a surge in new members, inspired by her ability to use words as a weapon for change. Kayla, after her suspension, returned to school quieter and more subdued. She approached Nia one day in the cafeteria, not to apologize but to say, "I didn't expect you to handle it like that." Nia nodded, recognizing the comment as the closest Kayla would come to admitting fault. Marcus and Devin kept their distance, while Tasha, shaken by the backlash to her video, joined Unity in Action, hoping to make amends. The incident didn't erase tensions at Westview, but it opened conversations about race, jealousy, and power dynamics that had long simmered beneath the surface. Nia's influence grew beyond the school. Her speech at the Youth Summit, live-streamed on YouTube, reached viewers across the country, prompting other schools to adopt anti-bullying programs modeled on Unity in Action. A Chicago-based nonprofit, Empowerment Now, awarded Nia a $10,000 scholarship for her leadership, which she planned to use for college, where she hoped to study law and advocacy. Her poetry, once shared only with her family, was published in a local anthology, with one piece, titled Unbroken, dedicated to her grandmother's lessons on resilience. By spring 2025, Westview was a different place. Unity in Action had trained 50 student mediators, and bullying reports dropped by 30%, according to school data. Nia, now a senior, balanced her ambassador role with her studies and track, earning a spot at nationals for her poetry slam performance. Her parents, though still protective, beamed with pride at her impact. "She's always been strong," Aisha said in an interview. "But seeing her turn pain into purpose, that's something else." The ripple effects of that October afternoon continued to spread. Nia's story was featured in a national education journal, inspiring teachers to address bullying with more empathy and urgency. Students at other Chicago schools started their own anti-bullying groups, citing Nia as their inspiration. Even Kayla, who had transferred to another school by senior year, was said to have joined a peer counseling program, a quiet acknowledgement of the lesson Nia's response had taught her. Years later, at Westview's 2027 graduation, Nia returned as a guest speaker, now a college freshman majoring in social justice at Northwestern. She stood before the class of her former peers, her voice as steady as it had been in that hallway. "One moment doesn't define you," she said. "What you do with it does." The applause was deafening, a testament to a young woman who, when grabbed by the collar, chose not to fight but to rise, leaving everyone, bullies, bystanders, and beyond, forever changed.